Come on, Ludo, Seth. Scrabble. If it's sport.
Oh, fine boy, even though Mama calls me Franklin Imona. It is another moment where we make your breakfast time complete with trending stories making round in the ever-exciting, busy world of sport. If you check the time, it is exactly 33 minutes gone past the hour of 8 a.m. on the 20th day in the month of March 2024. Come on, guys. It is Sport Beats.
Okay, guys, you know how we do it. We can't waste much of your time. We go straight, you know how we do it, into the newspaper review.
The newspaper headline.
Okay, where else we begin from? Let's start off from our homegrown newspaper, Complete Sport. And what is Complete Sport saying this morning? Simple. I'll start with this one. I have no desire to be a coach. This is coming from Song Heung-min. Why? Go get the newspaper and know why. Saeed Samuel faces 10-match ban in Turkey. We saw what happened when he had a go at the fans who tried to, have a go at him.
And there was an image and also a graffiti that was drawn or colored for him. You need to see that image. We'll get that for you.
Absolutely. Paris 2024 Olympic Games, the Tigers drawn against Canada, Australia, and France. Abraham, I'm prepared for Roma return. Talking about Tammy Abraham. 13 players arrived. Black Stars camp ahead of friendly against Super Eagles. And we hear from the Super Eagles camp, 16 players in Super Eagles camp. 6 more expected. We hear also that Infinity George will be in charge of the crucial friendly games against Mali and Ghana. How crucial is the friendly game? Get the newspaper and know why. Africa Games 2023. We hear Falcon is good enough to retain gold medal. This is coming from the coach of the team, Christopher Danjuma. Injuries care as Man City star limps off during training with national team. Go get the complete spot to know who that star is. I think it's Erling Haaland of Norway. FA Cup, we hear Man United. Okay, we've done that already. And then we'll go straight to Napoli, where Napoli lines up a replacement for Victor Osimhen. Then in the local scene, we hear Okoye's form at Udinese. Good for Super Eagles. This is coming from Aloyago. And Amazon aims for historic triple triumph at 100 meters hurdles. Finally, we go to officially now to the camp of the Super Eagles. Finidi to lead Super Eagles against Canada, Ghana, and Mali holds first meeting with backroom staff. He's already stamping his authority already. And of course, before we leave the complete sport, we hear Kayode part ways with Turkey club Gasangligi. Talking about Olaruwaju Kayode has left the Turkish club for now.
All right, and let's touch down upon Sports Extra as we have this one coming out from the newspaper. It says, Sport On, Nadozie leading sport kick saver across Europe. And if you are a Manchester United fan, this is bad news for you, as Fiorentina Perez wants Garnacho at Real Madrid. Ooh, troubles for Madrid, for Manchester United, because any players that Madrid wants, they get. All right, and more on Punch Sports Extra. This one says Kimmich ponders Arsenal moves as a way up the transfer market come this summer. The Tigress gets Olympic foes and Trabzonspor fracas, while Osanye Samuel may escape ban. You need to see that image. It is on our YouTube page. Go right there and you'll see it. And more, this one says, Nacho turns bronze to gold. Musa eyes third title. And this one says, why Napoli ruled out Osimhen? Samuel Osanye expected as a 22 Eagles hits camp. And Fridi in high spirit ahead of first Eagle tax. Talking about the game between Ghana and Nigeria. And this one says Chelsea wants Inzaghi for Pochettino. Forest slam EPL after points deduction. And in the world of golf, 80 players vies for 20 million naira in Custodian Classic.
Okay, guys, I will leave that one and go straight to the Sporting Live, where we hear Fiorentina GM Joe Biron dies of cardiac arrest. That we hear Africa Games 2023, Dungeon confidence ahead of final showdown with Ghana. Osimhen crowned most hardworking striker. We hear hardworking striker. We'll let you know what that's all about. I'm talking about Victor Osimhen. More stories coming in. We hear Chelsea move closer to maiden Champions League title with a 3-0 win against Ajax. Talking about the Women's Champions League. Super Eagles camp in Marrakesh comes alive. As according to report, we hear 10 players hit camp. More stories coming in. We can also let you know that we told you earlier, Barcelona star sentenced to 1 year in prison. Go find out who that star is. Ghana set up final against Nigeria women's football. That's at the All Africa Games. My another star, Maino, promoted to England senior team. We talked about yesterday as well. Arsenal have begun talks with sensational £100 million Euro striker. Who's that striker? Get yourself a spot in life. We need the judge to coach Eagles against Ghana and Mali. And Osimhen, the most hardworking striker in the world. We know that already. Chelsea battling Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham for Ivan Toney. Wait and see how that one pans out. And we talked about that yesterday. Omar Assar overtakes Haruna as Africa #1.
All right, so let's touch down the Vanguard newspaper. And Vanguard newspaper, we must. This one has the name of a Manchester United teenager as Kobe Mainoo gets a first England call-up. And African Games, Tobia Musa wins a women's 100 meters hurdles heat. Like we are surprised, we aren't, because this woman, she is a world star.
Yeah.
International friendlies, 3 key changes Finidi George could bring to the Super Eagles. NFF confirms Finidi George as Super Eagles interim coach. And let's touch down the world of tennis as we hear that Sabalenka's boyfriend dies in apparent suicide. The police is saying a convicted ex-Brazilian star Dani Alves seeks release on bail.
Yeah.
I doubt if the court will grant this one. I really doubt. And Google's new AI for corner kicks tactics gets Liverpool approval. Liverpool have now gone scientific in playing football following that defeat from Man United. And he will be basking excitement ahead of Super Eagles friendly. Perhaps it should be in camp. If at all is not in camp, I'm ready. And this one says that Negreira chooses not to testify in Barca ref scandal court appearance. Oh, Barcelona seems they're bribing their way now. Messi out of Argentina friendlies. We hear that Simeone Nwabali, 8 others arrive at Super Eagles camp. And more on the African Games, we hear that it is a medal rain for Team Nigeria as the track as well as a wrestling event wins the team more gold. And this one says Arsenal midfielder Partey pulls out of Ghana squad against Super Eagles.
And then finally, from the newspaper, we go to Daily Trust quickly. We hear by United teenager Mainoo gets first England call-up. Africa Games, Nigeria wins 7 more medals to maintain second position. Courtois suffers new knee injury in training. That I hear. Africa Games, we hear this one. Para athletes protest over unfulfilled promises. James Dazus, as Chelsea puts one foot in UEFA Champions League semi-final. That is for women. Finidi leads Super Eagles as interim coach. It will be Calvin Bassey Wabali in Eagles camp for Ghana Mali friendly. That's the latest happening in the world of the newspaper review. Let's head out of the newspaper review and let's touch down the local scene.
News from the local scene.
Okay, where else we begin from? Let's start off from the All Africa game. Yesterday, Nigeria won 7 medals. Yes, 7 medals to continue our chase. If that is chase, we'll get to that very soon. Of Egypt at the top of the medals table. We know for yesterday it was 4 golds, according to what we gathered. 4 golds from Nigeria. They won their 31st. Nigeria is second with 31 gold, 22 silver, 32 bronze. That's after Nigeria won 7 medals yesterday. Yeah, for this 4 additional gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze. So how do we do that? Let's tell you. First of all, one man, Enekwachi, was fantastic with the shot putter. He defended this African Games medal championship, winning that one with 21.06 meters. Talk about Chukwuemeka Enekwachi. For Olaika Olaide, he delivered Nigeria's first medal in athletics in the Africa Games, winning bronze in the women's Olaide winning bronze in the women's 100 meters in time of 11.55 seconds in her first senior international outing for the country. Gina Bass claimed gold, while Miriam McCoy finished third. In the men's, Oshekiri finished second to win silver for Nigeria. He ran an astonishing race, winning 10.23 seconds, while Emmanuel Eseme emerged as champion with 1.14 seconds. Talking about in that one. So good one for Nigeria. Nekwachi, Ishekiri, not forgetting Olaika Olaide. It was a great day for Nigeria in the All Africa Games.
I would tell you, Sport Bishop, it was indeed a medal reign for Team Nigeria. Not getting the likes of Usoro, who lives to win the triple jump gold. That was quite a magnificent lift. Perhaps if she's drafted into the military, she should have leaped to get those guys at that disrupt the piece in a Delta State. Come on, Sport Bishop, why are you laughing? We've got talent in this country.
Not forgetting Elizabeth Anyacho. She won fight in Taekwondo.
In the Taekwondo games.
Mahmoud, 67 kg. Also, our guys in the mixed 4x400 meter relay, they won gold yesterday as well. I told you about Shekiri, Olajido Olayinka as well, managed the silver and bronze for Nigeria in the men's and women's category. What a year. Nigeria also won bronze in the women's hammer throw. Olatoye, yesterday. Meanwhile, Falconets are waiting to retain their title tonight.
And Kwachia, that man with the shot put throw. You see,
that guy is absolutely brilliant.
When you were good, Sport Bishop, you were good. It's just a matter of time. Recall when I told you that when the track and field game gets underway, you see the flow of medals. And the medals started yesterday, and it will continue today because the likes of Tobiya Musa, she's yet to compete in the final, even though she has made it to the 110 meters hurdles final. It will be going down later today in the evening. So expect more medals for Team Nigeria. Every sport we competed in, especially in the track and field as well as the combat games, we have won gold, silver and bronze. It's a good thing for us, and more, I tell you, more loading for Team Nigeria.
Okay guys, look at how it looks like on the log. Egypt are first, 92 gold, 40 silver, 33 bronze. Nigeria sitting second with 31 gold, 22 silver.
As at yesterday, it was 25 gold, but now we are
30. As at yesterday, Egypt were it's something, now they are 92.
No, Egypt we are 90 as at yesterday
and now
evening.
92.
Just 2 gold between yesterday evening and this morning. But look at our gold. How many more days are
left in the Africa Games?
Sport Bishop, more games are there.
Ghana, which I'm more interested in, they have 10 gold, 22 silver, 15 bronze. They are 6th on the table. West South Africa.
Not even in the top 3 or top 5.
South Africa are third, 28 gold, 29 silver, and 38 bronze. But for Nigeria, it's been a fantastic outing so far at the All-Africa Games in Ghana. We'll bring you more as they do coming across the board. But right now, let's take a delve to our basketball. Just breaking just now, we hear that the Tigers have been drawn in a difficult group in the women's basketball event at the Paris Olympics. Yes, they qualified, we celebrated it. Now, in the Tuesday draw held at the Parc Peru Men's House in Switzerland, the Tigers were drawn in Group B. Guess who they'll be playing? Canada. Australia and host France.
Oh my goodness.
That's the group. The Tigers were ranked 12th in the world. Australia are 3rd in the world. Canada are 5th in the world, while France occupies 7th in the world.
We fear no one.
At the Olympic Games, the Tigers were drawn with France and lost to the European champion. This is the 3rd time Tigers will qualify for the Olympic Games after featuring in Athens 2004, Tokyo 2020. You know what happened the last time they qualified? They did not go. Now they are gone again. What can happen? What can happen?
A miracle is going to happen indeed.
Australia, Canada, France. These are powerhouse in basketball. And
we are also powerhouse in basketball, especially in Africa. Sport Bishop, even though my optimism is not at the apex, but it is somewhere high, the Tigers, they are no pushover, especially when it comes to playing basketball in Africa. Yes, they are drawn against powerhouse, host nation, France, Canada, Australia. Of course, these are very good basketball nations. We also are good. If only we can get our heads together, start preparation on time, open the camp as early as possible, and sensitize these guys as early and as frequent as possible. Give them what they truly deserve, and you watch this thing blossom. It doesn't matter how long it will take. One thing is for sure: if the right thing is done between now and the Olympics, which will not be starting until sometimes in June, July, I think that we should be up and running when it's time to play our games.
Okay, quickly, let's run more. Still talking about what's happening. The Super Eagles camp are up and running. 4 players are missing, including Victor Osimhen, the likes of Tyrone Ebue, Taiwo Aboni, and Gabriel Osho. But we can confirm to you as we speak that there are 16 players in the camp of the Super Eagles that include Wabali, Lukman, and Iwobi. They are in camp. We have Fenidi George will be in charge of the games, and he has already had his first backroom staff. He's told them what he wants. We like the likes of Wilfred Ndidi, Kelechi Anacho, Francis Chidozia Waze, Franco Nika, Bright Osemi Samuel. They missed the training. They will join up with the team we hear by today.
a good one. Looking at the players, that it will be, of course, one man that will want to rewrite the wrongs he was rumored to have done in the last African Cup of Nations. But I see him being one of the players that will stand out, especially against Ghana. He has some unfinished business, especially in that midfield role. Now that the likes of Thomas Partey will not be there. Kelechi here in Cinnamon Chaos, good one to know that he's in camp and he's training real hard. And not forgetting the man that was not part of the Afcon, the midfield maestro, the engine room of the Super Eagles, not Wilfred, but Wilfred Ndidi. Sport Bishop, is good to have this guy back, donning that jersey number 4. And for the Super Eagles, it is a good one. But not having the likes of Victor Boniface, Victor Osimhen, the 2 victors that should have given us the victory in the Afcon.
We have the Moses who can depart the rest in the name of Moses.
Well, let's hope that he brings his A game to the Super Eagles, because for some time he has been missing in action, especially when it comes to creating those chances from the flanks, getting the ball into the final third and making those decisive true balls and clear pass. Hopefully, against Ghana, yes, it will be a new story for that man. Sadiq Umar in camp. Good one. And not forgetting Ademola Lookwan, the man that made it to the African team of the year in the Afcon. And Hassan Yusuf, one man that I want to see again and again and again playing for the Super Eagles. Benjamin Tanimu, a newcomer, a newbie. Good one that is in camp, and is in camp early. But Gabriel Osho, maybe next time.
And let's go to the Nigerian Women Football League quickly. We hear that ahead of the Women's Nigerian Women Football League Premier League clash between Remo Stars and Ladies and Delta Queens. Sad news, we hear that the Asaba-based officials were involved in an auto crash on their way to Ikene. Reports confirm that the Delta Queens officials were involved in an accident, but no life was lost. Remo Stars will host Delta Queens today at the Remo Stars Stadium by 4 p.m. Delta Queens have confirmed that they would continue with the game, and they are grateful to God that no life was lost. And according to them, they will overcome the challenge and be available for that big game at Kenya 4 p.m. today.
Again, I ask, are they mentally and psychologically ready for
should that game be postponed?
For me, it should be postponed. Again, this also tells us the dangers that we usually have traveling by road. Our roads are not safe. Our roads are not in good condition. Absolutely. And just look at what happened. Trust me, Sport Bishop, these players are human beings as well. They are not robots. Something like this deserve that this match be postponed at least for another 24 hours to allow this team recuperate mentally and get them psychologically ready. Now that they have decided to go ahead to prosecute this game, I hope any negative result will not be blamed on the incident.
We'll wait and see how teams pan out. Hopefully, like I did say, we'll wait and see if and only if these things do come to pass. Now, quickly, let's run and go to the fixtures for the Nigerian Women Football League. Nigeria will take on Dana's Ladies. Confluence Queens will take on Amoa Queens. Abia Angels take on Royal Queens. Heartland will play Nasarawa Amazons. That game at the Dana Ayam Stadium. Remo Stars will take on Delta Queens. Ekiti Queens vs Bayelsa Queens. Sunshine Queens will take on FC Robo Queens. Edo Queens vs Rivers Angels. And that one will play at the Obembudia Stadium. Okay, I had a chit-chat with the coach, and ahead of the game, this is what he had to say about their chances against Dana Queens. Let's hear from Coach Olokiri Bankole.
On the second half, what's the state of the team and what should the Nigerians and Abuja fans especially should be expecting when kickoff time tomorrow?
As I said earlier, we are in a mental state of the stability of the team for now. I mean, as a tactician, I should be able to know the problem in my team. So that's what I'm trying to build. We are doing a rebuilding process. We are rebuilding the team in a way to come back to our normal who we are. So we will be very careful approaching the game. It's not going to be the normal way. It will be when we are comfortable on the table now. We can take it for granted. But for now, we are training consciously and we are approaching the game. And I play hopefully because I don't want to be like normal coach, rely on prayer. We have done our best, but with God on our side to complement our efforts, I think we have what it takes to win that match. Because we lost that match in a loss of concentration at the 10 minutes of the first half. Similar thing happened at the second half, and then we paid dearly for it. Because the worst will have been on that game will have been a draw, even the opponent system. But that has come and gone. But tomorrow match is the most important thing, and very important to us because winning that game it will change our position on the table, and it will change the mindset of the player too, that yes, we can make it.
And then finally, this is running into the end of the season. The second started earlier this year. What the target changed? The aspiration for the team has changed. Don't feel the Nigerians are not where they want to be at the moment on the team.
Yeah, it's the mentality that really need to change the team. I keep hammering on that because it's the mentality. The mentality that want to win at any time, step out. The mentality that don't want to lose any match. The mentality that want to put in my best. Just the best. From the bench down to the people that are playing.
That is the coach of the Nigeria talking about Olo-Kere Bankole speaking about that game against the Nas Ladies. That game will be coming 4 p.m. at the Agui-Ronsi Cantonment Stadium in Abuja here.
Nigeria is our own, one of the only teamers representing the FCT in the Federation, male and female inclusive.
Yeah.
We do not have any team representing us aside Ratel Angels. But then we hope that the game coming up later this afternoon will be walking the park. Yes, the coach is talking tough. The players are ready. All stage is set and the floor lights are ready to roll. We hope that all of these things will amount to 3 points.
We go straight quickly to the foreign scene.
Let's take you to the foreign scene.
And then quickly, guys, first of all, let's start off from FIFA. We hear that the ambassador for 2030 World Cup has been announced, and also the logo. Do you know who the ambassadors are, fine boy?
Tell me.
It is Cristiano Ronaldo, Andres Iniesta,
Deservedly.
and of course the Moroccan, talking about no other than Nouradine Neibet. Don't forget, the 2030 World Cup will be hosted by Portugal, Spain, and Morocco.
And these are big boys. I dare to call them big boys over this free nation. Of course, when you are talking about Portugal, one man's name is the standard player that you should be looking out for, and that's no other person but Ororo himself, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about Neibet, who played his football in the EPL for Tottenham Hotspur, and then he also played for Portsmouth in the EPL during his glorious and illustrious career. But then it is something that we should look at for 2030. It's going to be like never before. 3 continents, South America, talking about Uruguay, Europe, Portugal, and of course Africa, Morocco. Some games will be played across these nations to mark the centenary of the World Cup. Sport Bishop, where would you be?
I would be somewhere close to the United States.
Okay, close to. Maybe the Atlantic Ocean.
Anyway, guys, in the Women's Champions League, we told you, if you're a fan of Chelsea, they got the job done. They beat Ajax by 3-0. Lauren James was on target for them in the Women's Champions League. Benfica also lost at home to Olympique Lyonnais by 2-1. That's the first leg of the women's quarterfinal. Today, you have BK Hacken women taking on Paris Saint-Germain, while SK Brann will take on Barcelona. That game is for 6:45 and of course 9 p.m. And then quickly, we can also confirm to you the result of game from the NPFL earlier this morning. We can let you know quickly. This is how it looks like. The Magic beat the Hornets 112-92. The Wizards lost at home to the Rockets 114-137. The Nets lost to the Pelicans 91-104. The San Antonio Spurs defeated the Mavericks 107-113. And the Timberwolves lost to the Nuggets 112-115. Games will continue early hours of this morning. Cavaliers take on the Heat. Pistons vs the Pacers, Celtics vs the Bulls, Raptors take on the Kings, Toronto vs the Jazz, Suns vs the 76ers, Trailblazers vs the LA Clippers, and of course the Golden State Warriors vs the Memphis Grizzlies. In the world of tennis, we hear that Simona Halep lost her opening game after returning from doping ban, losing to Caroline Wozniacki. She lost that game simply 1-6, 6-4, 6-3 to Paula Badosa. For Emma Raducanu, she has withdrawn for the Miami Open with a back injury, but according to the management of her management company, they said the injury is not that serious, and that's what we're hearing. So from the world of tennis, and for Sabalenka, despite losing her spouse to suicide, she said she will play in the Miami Open, losing her boyfriend, in quotes, I don't want to use the word spouse, his boyfriend, former ice hockey player Konstantin Kostov in that one. Final words, fine boy. It's been a beautiful show this morning.
Fantastic time, I must tell you. But if you love what we did and you want to join us to enjoy more, join us later in the afternoon at exactly 4 p.m. on the show.
Absolutely.
Sport Lounge. We'll be back to take you more stories in the world of sport. Keep a date with us.
Don't forget the story on the Club d'Ivoire apparently we hear the man has been given the job as the permanent coach, but they are paying him an assistant coach. And the FA is saying that he's in his contract. He still has a contract.
Lots of a crisis rocking the Ivorian FA. Of course, I will be talking more later this afternoon. You defeat the Super Eagles, there'll be problem. We defeat you, there'll be problem. If you think we're bluffing, ask Cameroon, they will tell you.
And don't forget, we're giving you in-swinger all the way from the Aguirre Stadium, where the girls, the Nigerian, our own based FCT women's team, the NWFL, will playing Dana's ladies.
Keep listening to Voice of the People, 96.1 FM, Abuja. Up next is the news around Abuja. But from us to you,
we're done and we're gone.
God bless, no stress. Adios.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio.